Men chase, boys begin, but legends, they walk away. The moment you stop running after a woman, something shifts, something dangerous, something she never saw coming. Her entire reality tilts, and she feels it in her core. You aren't just walking away, you are removing the fuel that powered her ego. You are stripping away the source of her validation, attention, and energy. And when that happens, something terrifying begins inside her. Have you ever seen a woman's behavior completely flip when a man stops caring? One moment she is arrogant, entitled, and treating you like an option. The next, she's stalking your social media, sending you those late-night "hey stranger" texts, and finding ridiculous excuses just to talk to you. The same woman who once ignored you suddenly seems to miss you. But let's be clear, she doesn't miss you. She misses what you provided. She misses the energy, the attention, the unwavering desire you once poured into her. And that's the brutal truth most men never realize. This is the power you hold. This is the secret to breaking free. And this is why you must walk away. But before we dive into the harsh reality, I need you to do something. If you're ready to hear the truth, without sugarcoating, without excuses, comment below, "I am the prize." Say it, type it, own it, because the moment you embrace this mindset, everything changes. And if you want more men to wake up from this illusion, hit the subscribe button. YouTube will push this message to those who need it the most. Together we will break the cycle. Now, let's get into it. When you walk away, a woman goes through a psychological transformation. The process is almost predictable, and it starts with shock and denial. At first, she acts as if nothing happened. She will pretend she doesn't care, as if your absence is insignificant. But inside, she is unraveling. Women don't need physical strength to control men. They have mastered the art of psychological warfare. They use emotions, manipulation, and power dynamics to keep men trapped in their web. They don't need to love you to control you. They don't even need to care about you. All they need is to make sure you keep wanting them. They throw you breadcrumbs, just enough to keep you hooked, just enough affection to make you believe you're special, just enough attention to keep you in the loop. But the moment you try to claim her, the moment you show you're all in, she pulls away. Not because she doesn't like you, but because the second you feel secure, she loses power. And that is something she cannot afford. So, she starts playing the game. She delays responses. She becomes too busy. She cancels plans at the last minute. She creates distance. And what does the average man do? He tries harder. He chases. He doubles down. He thinks if he just does more, she'll finally see his worth. But that's exactly what she wants. Because the more you chase, the more she controls the game. But something happens when a man wakes up. When a man finally understands the game and decides to stop playing, everything shifts. He stops texting first. He stops calling. He stops proving his worth. He walks away, and that moment is when she feels the first crack in her reality. At first, she tells herself it's temporary. She believes you're just playing a game. She assumes you'll be back, just like all the other men before you, because in her world, men always return. They always come crawling back. But not this time. You stay silent. You don't check up on her. You don't give her the reaction she's waiting for. And that's when the panic sets in. She starts testing the waters. Maybe she likes one of your pictures. Maybe she sends a random "hey" text. Maybe she watches your stories and waits. And in that moment, she's doing something she never expected. She's waiting for you. She's checking her phone. She's refreshing her feed. She's hoping for a notification. Because now, she is the one chasing. And if you break, if you respond, if you give her even a drop of validation, she wins. Because now she knows you were just pretending. She knows you were never truly gone. But if you don't react, if you stay silent, her entire sense of control is shattered. And that's when the second phase begins, self-doubt and reflection. At first, she tries to protect her ego. She tells herself lies. He's just trying to make me jealous. He's playing games. He'll get bored and come back. But as days go by and you're still not there, reality starts sinking in. And for the first time in a long time, she feels something foreign. Rejection. Men face rejection every day, it's part of life. But for women, it's a completely different world. Since she was a teenager, she's had men chasing her, complimenting her, offering their attention freely. And now, for the first time, she's realizing something terrifying. She was never as special as she thought. Because a man she assumed would always be there is now truly gone. She starts staring at herself in the mirror longer. She spends extra time on her makeup. She scrolls through your page, checking to see if you've moved on. She starts comparing herself. Did he find someone better? Is he happier without me? Was I not good enough? And that thought eats her alive. Jealousy begins creeping in. She starts checking who's liking your pictures, who you're following, who's commenting on your posts. She starts looking for any sign that you've replaced her. And suddenly, the power dynamic is flipped. She is the one obsessing. She is the one overthinking. She is the one stalking. And this is why women always come back. Because they are not built to handle the idea of a man who moves on and never looks back. They are not built to accept that they lost a man who was truly powerful. And the deeper the pain cuts, the more desperate they become. Which leads to the final phase, rationalization and rebound. This is where the mind games reach their peak. She cannot accept that you walked away, so she rewrites history. She tells herself, I never really liked him anyway. He was too weak. I deserved better. She convinces herself that she ended things, that she was the one in control all along, because admitting the truth, that would destroy her. And then, the final mistake. She finds another man. Not because she loves him, not because she cares, but because she needs a distraction. She needs someone to fill the void you left, someone to remind her that she's still desirable. So she picks the easiest target, a weak man. A man who will worship her, a man who will do everything you refuse to do. At first, she thinks she's winning. She posts pictures. She acts like life is amazing. She tries to make it look like she's happier than ever. But deep down, she knows the truth. This new man is not you. He's easy. He doesn't challenge her. He doesn't make her question herself. He doesn't have power. And women do not respect men they can control. So the cycle repeats. She starts losing attraction. She gets bored. She pulls away. She cheats. And eventually, she's alone again. And guess who she starts thinking about? You. Because now she realizes she made the biggest mistake of all. She let go of a man who had power, a man who walked away, a man who never looked back. And by the time she figures it out, it's already too late. Because you are no longer available, and that, my friend, is the ultimate power. If you've made it this far, comment below, I am unstoppable. And if you want to spread this truth, hit the subscribe button. More men need to hear this before it's too late. Be the man who walks away. Be the man who controls his own life. Be the man who never fears losing her. Because once you become that man, you will never lose again.